restart. It'll go down to Kevin Locke. He gives it off to Madalino to bring it back out. Now Friend back to the short side. Mannering. With about 8 or so. Stopped there by Allgood and also Keating. Now he's lost the ball. But on the advice of the pocket referee, Gavin Badger, Brett Southall says it was stripped.
Okay. That's all I was talking about, how they're saying they played the ball.
That's how we saw it.
Who's dropped that?
Right, mate.
Well, the captain tonight in place of Nathan Hindmarsh, Tim Manor asking the question. No surprise, getting no joy from the men in pink. And the Warriors will begin at the halfway line for this set of 6. Lousy it is. Go to Maloney. It shows that he had Hurrell coming back on the inside. He just about cracked them himself between Roberts and also Matua. Here is Hurrell. Boy, talk about a solidly built youngster. He was a sight ground level during the Warriors warm-up. Now Johnson floating across, giving it to Mateo. Breaks away from the tackle there of Sando before Keating and also Lasalo wrap him up just outside the Parramatta 10. Here's Madalino going at the uprights. A 3-man tackle stops him. The Warriors have one more right here. Johnson to the left-hand side. Friendo goes back to the right. Rubbers and beautifully picked up by Jarryd Hayne, who was going to be something to stop until he stumbled and fell over. And is there a concern here for his knee?
Well, I don't know if it's his knee, but because he looked like he was running in a straight line, you would think the way he went down, it was a hamstring.
Try not to move, Jazz. Try not to move, mate.
That is shocking.
What happened, Badger? A hole or a knee?
For the Eels. He scooped it up beautifully, the kick from Nathan Friend, and then he was off.
Oh, no, that's a hamstring.
You would think so, the way he fell.
Look at that pickup, though, from Jarryd Hayne. He thought he was going to score a try. He was going to back himself to score, and you can just see the anguish in his face. Let's hope, whatever it is, whether it's knee or hamstring, it's not season-ending.
Yeah, it's not a good sight for Parramatta fans to see Jarryd Hayne, who was returning tonight, the Medicab coming out. Of course, the knee was the problem. He's got it pretty heavily strapped.
But the knee problem wasn't ligament damage. And we've seen, you know, players in the past go down and injure their cruciates like that.
But only when they're stepping.
Yeah, he was running in a straight line, so you tend to think that it's hamstring. And to go down like that with a hamstring, you may hope that it's not torn off the bone, if in fact it is a hemi, but he looks not in too much discomfort there.
Hey, Craig, can you...
Well, either way, we'll get a word in a moment. Andy Raymond will be on the case. What we do know is Jarryd Hayne has played his last football here tonight, and we can only hope it isn't a long-term injury, because it's the last thing that he and the Eels need in the early part of this season. So much pressure, of course, on the coach. Almost an entirely new backline coming into 2012. And they've lost their best player.
Well, he showed us already what he was capable of doing for this Parramatta team. That wonderful pass, playing down a short side. It's a tough skill, playing down a short side in confined space. Only the best ones can do it. And he is one of the best. The crowd look on, but that's not a great sight for Parramatta supporters.
The reshuffle will be of interest. We'll see what Stephen Kearney does with his lineup.
Andy Raymond said to us in the pre-game show that he thought Jarryd was limping slightly in the warm-up. We'll get a word pretty quickly from the Parramatta dressing room as to the extent of that injury. Here's Allgood playing it. So a reshuffle for the Eels, and a fairly significant one as well. No Luke Bird, of course. He played New South Wales Cup yesterday for Wentworthville.
Now Ken Seo looks like he's dropped back to fullback. He's in the middle of the field now. Roberts, a clearing kick.
I think Essie Tonga has moved over to left wing. Rennie Matua is playing left centre. That's the formation for Parramatta going forward.
Sio in the back, Rennie Matua playing left centre. And Essie Tonga playing out there on the left wing. About different looking back lines for Parramatta. Nobody could have envisioned that. Now Friend coming across to Johnson. Give it off to Bill Tupou, who is set upon straight away by the meat of the Parramatta forward pack. Pat O'Hanlon is out there straight away to take the place of Rennie Matua. And the kick taken by Ken Sio. He's a confident-looking type. He finished off that try back in the 4th minute beautifully. And here he is with a big role now as the fullback.
It'll be a big test for Parramatta of their mental capacity, losing Jarryd Hayne. Seeing your best player go off could deflate you. They've got to live with it.
As Roberts plays it, they come to the left-hand side. Joseph Paulo giving it off. Coming through, almost coming up with it was Pat O'Hanlon. Let's go downstairs to Andy.
And boys, just spoken to the Parramatta medical staff, and early this is, we're going to get a full report at half-time. However, it's not a hamstring. Jarryd is saying that he heard his knee pop. The interesting part of this is it's not the knee that has kept him out. It's not the knee that was strapped. It's the good knee. And straight away, he said something is seriously wrong.
Wait, don't push, don't push.
Okay.
Seconds in first. Locks in, bend your backs
That is a
and
mystery, and we'll find out more about the mystery before too much longer, hopefully. But hearing something pop. As he came from the field, he wasn't in extreme discomfort, was he? Bit of a strange one.
No, I'll leave that up to the doctors now to try and guess exactly what happened. Let's hope he's okay. The Warriors with the ball in good position.
Friend it is, who goes through Taylor. Away to Johnson once again. Flat ball for Mateo, who has taken the ground. Willie Tonga had him pegged right there. The boys get up smiling. Mateo and Masala, now a high tackle. Keating thrusting out an arm.
Easy. It's just a high shot. Hit shoulder first, yeah. Shoulder first, then come up.
Collared Elijah Taylor. We'll give the Warriors, if they would like, a chance to level up here at 8 points all. Or maybe keep the roll going and tap it and go.
A couple of big shots there. And there's the high one from Keating, just up around the throat.
Madalino plays it. Friend gives it off to Maloney. Comes across to Kevin Lockie. And Harrell coming back on the inside. Tupou goes for the corner. The Warriors have their second, and they have the lead.
Well, it's a good comeback by the Warriors. And the Warriors have found some space down their right edge. And Parramatta, when they're defending, they were jamming outside in. Allgood came out of the line and put on a good shot the previous set, but it exposed them on the edges, and the tackle had to be made. And then when they started to drift the ball with a couple of passes here, look at their body positioning. Ben Roberts and Rennie Matua, they're turned in. So the pass is always going to get to the man and put them on the outside, and it's hard to turn and chase.
Did a good job, Tupou. He stayed down low, any higher, and it was a big chance of being pushed into touch, but he threw himself at the try line a couple of metres out.
Just a great example, though, when you go off your line, you have to be pushing up square to start with. You've got to go up square, and as soon as you turn your body in, if you've got someone with the skills to get the pass to a player quickly, they just get on the outside, and it's difficult then to turn and chase.
James Maloney last year, a 3 out of 4 success rate, 75% he was for the season. 2 out of 4 last week against the Sea Eagles. This one holding its line, it's good. And the Warriors hit back, and normal transmission has been resumed for you Warriors fans. 12 points to 8. And both tries coming off the back of penalties. And field position is proving to be everything so far in this game. When the Eels have had a chance, they've scored. And likewise the Warriors. It has been frantic. And we've had the injury to Jarryd Hayne thrown into the mix. As Sando gets us back underway. Deep kickoff. Getting back there, Locke hands it off. Sione Lousy brings it back out to be stopped there at the 10. Paulo getting down the field. Justin Paul is out there also. Speaking of knee injuries, played just a handful of games in 2011, did the front rower. Long-term knee injury. Our friend coming back to Maloney. Short ball there from Madalena. You hear the collision, the clash of bodies as Lasalo got up in his face. Now Johnson. Once again, just feed it off to Felipe Mateo. He was dynamite last week, Sean Johnson. Scored a try, set up a couple of others. Here he is, distributing this time to Taylor. He'll play at about 7 short of the halfway line. Friend will give it to Maloney. Some pressure there. Paul coming out of the line. Didn't go on with it. The kick, though, is wide. The pressure was enough to force a poor kick from James Maloney, and the Eels will have it. 5 on the Warriors side of halfway.
Well, really haven't had a chance since they scored their last try, the Eels. It has been all the Warriors for the last 10 minutes. They get a chance to start their set inside Warrior territory.
It's Justin Paul who puts the head down and takes them down towards the Warriors 30. Talking about possession and field position being everything so far in this game. Last 10 minutes, the Warriors have had 3/4 of the ball. Pat O'Hanlon playing it. As Keating gets out of dummy half, he comes across to Sando. Front ball there for Lasalo. Mateo just cuffed him slightly high, put his hand up straight away and said there was nothing in it. Taniela Lasalo acknowledges that.
What are you doing, Chris? They're going to tap it, Badge.
And they're going to tap it here and go, as you would expect, trailing by 4. Fui Moi is out there. The big forearm bumper up on that carry and took them backwards with him. Keating comes across to Lasalo, almost through the gap there. The Marcus was slow and he was almost away. Keating going himself, ducking under the tackle there of Madaleno, staying alive, now taken to ground. Wrapped up there by Lousy and also Taylor. Sando back on the inside for Moi. The pass was forward.
4 passes.
Well, they had so much time, the Eels. I'm surprised at that play, and I'm surprised that Chris Sando, really, he stood there, and it seemed like an eternity just to turn the ball back in. I didn't think it was that bad. That might be a difficult one. That might be a tough one. But he had the Warriors on the back foot. They were stuck on the try line. It was telegraphed the play. They might have just got a dud call.
It was a dud call. Out of the hands, that was going backwards.
Well, he didn't even look like it went forward. He turned his body enough towards his own try line for the pass to be backwards.
Wait for the out call, guys. Seconds over the top, locks wide. Heads in.
Doesn't work out for them this time around. The sharpness about their attack, which certainly wasn't in evidence in round 1. Here a week ago now against the Broncos. Vaduve bringing it back out for a carry off the scrum win. Friend to this left-hand side. Bouncing out of the tackle was Ben Henry, the captain of their premiership winning under-20 side from last year. Now Harrell. Looks to be a young man in a hurry, doesn't he, Harrell? Boy, came off the bench last week and scattered the Sea Eagles a number of times. The kick sets up off a point, about straight to Kenny Seo. Brings it back and he's stopped there by Mannering just inside his own 30-metre line.
Well, it's a good learning curve for Chris Sando, that set of 6. Because when your structure is there and ready and you're working off a play the ball, you go. You don't have to take one more play. And that's a lost ball. No, it's not. It's a strip.
You've got your shoulder and you've ripped the ball out. There's 2 in there. Yeah, I know, but you've ripped the ball out.
The Warriors, on the back of a poor kick, have given away a penalty, and they're just inviting the Parramatta team back into this contest. But when you've got the opposition on the back foot, that's when you go and that's when you put on your play.